Today we're going to continue our discussion from where we left last time. So last time we saw what is the essential ingredient of any religion. So we identified a particular topic which is very essential component of any religion. So what is that component? The difference between the matter and the spirit. So today we're going to discuss about different examples to understand what is really matter, what is really spirit, and what is the difference between these two. So first, when I say matter, so with your eyes you see several elements like earth, water, air, fire, ether. These are the 5 elements which is this earth is made up of. So when you see this chair, it cannot express any feelings. There is no reciprocation. And if you see a table, a chair, a car, any element, a plastic, whatever it can be made of this earth, iron, metals, there is no feelings, there is no reciprocation. It's inanimate. So that is what we call as matter. So there is no reciprocation, there is no feelings, there is no sensitivity or sense identification. So when we see this matter, we should understand there is no living force, or it's not a living entity. So we studied in science that the difference between the living entity and a non-living entity. Similarly, in a spirituality, there is a concept of a matter and spirit. So, for example, a car is a matter, but the driver, when he sits and drives the car moves. So the matter becomes animate by a living person. For example, this Boeing 747, it is just standing in the runway. As soon as the pilot and co-pilot enters, they drive, and then the engine starts moving, and then the Boeing 747 starts flying. So it was a matter, it became animate due to a spirit behind it. Similarly, we can say a number of examples: a cycle, a boat. Every instrument needs an operator, right? So the scientist who builds the instrument, who combines it together to make it as a aeroplane computer, and then there's an operator which is required to run this instrument. So you can see the difference between the living person and an inanimate person. So in order to move any inanimate being, there has to be a living being, right? So if you take this concept further, the spirituality, foundational principle of spirituality is this body is combined of all these 5 elements. Like every day we eat different food items, which are actually a combination of earth. The plants, they all produce different fruits, vegetables, which is from the earth. It's just the different manifestation of earth. So we eat that, we digest, we grow. So this is also a combination of this body is a combination of a matter and the spirit. As I told you, without spirit, the matter has no independent energy to move or to become animate, right? So if you take this concept further, the matter, it comes into being, it is born, and it grows, and it produces some byproducts, and then it stays for some time, it dwindles, and it perishes. So these are 6 transformations the matter goes through. For example, say a plant. The plant is born from a seed, and it grows, it produces some flowers, fruits, vegetables, and then it dwindles, it perishes. That's the life cycle of any living entity in this earth or universe. But beyond this life cycle, there is something within this plant, there's something within the human being, there's something within the animals which makes the living entity animate. So we have to use our intelligence to identify this point. This is the foundational principle for spirituality. So let's catch up this point. What makes the difference between a matter and the inanimate and animate being? So it is said that the heart which pumps, it is pumping due to the spirit, existence of spirit in the location of the heart, which gives the power for the heart to pump. Not only that, the speaking, the feelings, the emotions, the whole animation of the whole being is coming from this spiritual spark. What is the proof? The proof is you have to feel it yourself. That is the proof. Nobody can prove that your hunger is satisfied. I mean, as you take the food stuff, your hunger gets satisfied, you can feel it. Similarly, the presence of spirit soul has to be felt by individual self himself. So in order to feel this, there are religious systems, there is a process in each and every religious system. These processes are meant for you to feel the spirit inside your body. Either it is any kind of religious system, Hinduism, Christianity, Muslim, Judaism, Jainism. Everything starts with this foundational principle. If this foundational principle is missing, then that spiritual path will not give you success. The reason is, the essence is this point. If the essence is not there, what is the goal? The goal is to realize the self in relation to the supreme self who is God. So if this is the foundational principle for any religion. So now we saw some differences between the matter and spirit. So we will take this discussion further in the next part. Thank you so much.